Hey guys, welcome back to another Scruffy the Gamer game review. Guys, I am so excited to review this game. It is such a good one. I bought it just because I like the cover art and all that, and did not know what a gem I had found. The game is Guardian Demon Purge. Now this is for the Switch. I do believe it actually is for, I think there's a PlayStation 4 version, or PlayStation 5, I'm not sure. But what a game it is. It is, in the best sense of the term, a Castlevania clone. But imagine Castlevania as an anime. Now, I know what you're thinking. They already did that. And you're absolutely right. It was a good series, but not the kind of anime I'm talking about. Instead of playing a Belmont, you're actually going to be playing two teenage girls called Maya and Shinobu. Now, each girl, or each of the teenage sisters, they are sisters, has different set of skills and different weapons that they use. So instead of using the Morning Star or a sword of such, you will be using a anti-demon submachine gun or what look to be lightsaber constructs of swords and axes. And each of the two sisters have their own different special abilities that cost you different, I want to say mana, but that's not the right, pride points. I don't think that's right either. I forget what it's called. But they have each one. Now, Maya, she's the one with the sword and the axe, made out of pretty much like a lightsaber, has an umbrella, has a penguin that freezes things that it comes into contact, has a voodoo doll that takes out everything in front of you, paper mache crane, and I know there's another one, but I can't remember. Tells you how much I actually used it. You do not have to use all these things, but they can be fun to mess around with. Now, Shinoba, I know I'm probably going to butcher those two names. Shinobu, there, I got it right. Shinobu has an anti-demon submachine gun, which every time she fires it, she yells that. Or every time she throws her anti-demon grenade, she yells that also. So there's a lot of yelling of anti-demon something. She also has a landmine, which once you throw it and an enemy goes over it, it has a very large, powerful explosion that takes out the enemy, and at least for a short bubble, any other person that is in the area. And I remember Maya's last one is a healing, not a healing, a shield. It's three crosses that go around. Anything that comes in contact with those crosses takes damage instead of your character. So that's the other one. Now, Shinobu has a dagger that she can throw in a diagonal line. She has a anti-demon grenade. She has a chain link hook that you can not only hook enemies and pull them closer, the smaller ones, but you can also like hook ceiling parts or elevators or whatnot and ride up kind of hanging there, and you can shoot the machine gun doing that. There was a rocket launcher that can pick up to 5 enemies at the same time and shoot off rockets at them. There is it looks like a wooden crap. Looks like a wooden pole with a paper mache, best way I can explain it, crinkle. And supposedly it's supposed to make the villain or the enemies good. I have no clue. To be honest, I never used that. I never used it. I didn't think it was worth using. I do think could be wrong. There might be one more, but I'm not sure. But yeah, they each have their own special abilities, and these each come into just a lot of fun gameplay that you can do. One of the other things is if you get pride points, you can actually build up this one shot that will take out any enemy and anybody surrounding on the entire screen, or pretty close to the entire screen. Sorry, it's very cold down here, so I had to have a little coffee. But it is very fun. It's very satisfying when you hit it, and sometimes it's the only way to take out certain enemies, because certain enemies are very, very tough and very, very hard to get to. Now, I will say that as I played these two sisters, and you go through this castle that used to be your school, a demon has merged a castle and a school together, trapped the students inside this castle, turned some of them into enemies by infusing them with demons or whatnot, or just having them being possessed. Others you find stranded, and usually you could hear them cry, "Is there anybody out there? Please save me." And then you have to either walk forward, walk backwards, or look for hidden walls. And like Castlevania, there are walls that you can hit, shoot, or hit, and they will break away, and inside you'll find a heart, you'll find a little pride point, or you'll find something that is helpful to you. So that is something that they added to the Castlevania clone. The other thing is the enemies themselves, whether it's the Rock and Roll Bunny or the I think it's like a librarian, or the fallen angel, or whatever it is, really has a pattern to each one of them. And you may die a couple times once you get that pattern, trying to get that pattern down, but once you get that pattern and figure out what you have to do, the game becomes very simple. But it takes a bit of dying to either get through the level the first time or to get that pattern down, which I actually like. I like the hardness, but once you, like, if you get through a level, you make it to the bad guy, you die a couple times, or you have to leave, you do have to start that level over again. But for some reason, once you get to that bad guy, it's like the pattern that you have to find in this dungeon or whatnot becomes somewhat simpler, and the enemies don't seem to try as hard and all that stuff. I don't know how to explain it. Once you figure out where to go, it's very easy to get back there. It may take like 10 minutes when the first time it took you 30 minutes. So that is a bit nice. Let's see, what else was there? Finding all the survivors at the school, classmates, is rather nice. It is rather hard, but it is very fun to do. One of the things you do is, as you get these special perks or special abilities, whether it's the crane, the hook, something like that, you can actually go back to the original level, because without all the powers, you're not going to be able to get to or find all the survivors. So there's replayability to this game, and it definitely makes it more enjoyable. I'm still working on the last bad guy, I admit. I made my way to the top of the tower, last bad guy, and that one has been kicking my butt for about 3 days. So it does have its challenges, but I'm also not the best video game player. I got the pattern down, but there's, every now and then they throw a little kink in there, or you don't dodge at the right moment, or, you don't get that right spot. And yeah, it's frustrating. It really is frustrating. So, would I recommend buying this game? Absolutely. Is it a lot of fun to play? Absolutely. Is it a game for both newer and younger? Newer and older players, I should say, not younger. Older players. Yeah, I think it would be. While the graphics themselves do look like an 8-bit game, and like I said, it is pretty much a Castlevania clone. Right down to the look of the enemies, the look of the levels, and so on. It does look like a Castlevania clone. Does that mean it won't be fun for newer people to play? I've never really played all that much of Castlevania. To be honest, I've always found them to be a bit too hard for my taste. This one was a little more enjoyable, a little bit, for lack of better words, easier. But also, once you get through this, if you can get through it, you might want to go back to the Castlevania and try it. The only thing I will say is if you do try the older Castlevania, expect it to be a little bit slower. I actually just remembered something that's actually kind of cool. When you shoot that big bullet that is the pride bullet, and yes, I've never thought I was going to say those words in my life, pride bullet, you do get a glimpse. So let's say you shoot it off in the library, and that's what the level is called. You will see actually a glimpse of what the library looked like in the original school. So as you shoot this weapon, you do get glimpses of each level, like the roof of the school, is the top level of the castle. So if you shoot that thing off, you see like a water tower, you see ladders, you see roofs, and you see what the school was meant to look like instead of what you're seeing. So I really did like that. I pretty much shot one of those giant bullets every level just to see what I was looking at, just to see what it was supposed to look like, and it was so much fun. I love the attention to detail and some of the surprises they give you. Well, I've yammered on about this game enough. I can't praise it enough. I can't talk about it enough. The only thing that I will say that was a little frustrating, and I'm actually glad I watched a video, is the levels themselves can be very hard to navigate. You have, in a level, 20 different ways of getting to one spot. But if you're looking for the most direct route to the main bad guy of that level, you can actually hit that right toggle moving stick, push it up, and it'll actually show you a skull that says, okay, it's this way. Or if you have like a survivor or something, it'll show you where they are, or at least what direction they are. And that way you can find your way to the top if you're just looking to run through the game. If you are going to do that and then save the survivors through your second run, that's actually kind of nice. But if you want to explore, go through the entire level, you can run around and do quite a few things. There are some bars that they're almost like ice beams that do block your way, and I don't know how to get past those. So I'm assuming that happens at the end of the game. After you beat the main villain, they give you that last special ability, that last key to get through all those, and hopefully you can go into those areas. So, well, guys, that is it. The game, again, is Guardians Demon Purge. Such a fun game. I think it was only like 30 or 40 bucks. it was definitely worth it. It's hard to find. I'm going to admit it's very, very hard to find. I have only seen this game once, and I picked it up as soon as I saw it just because I love the cover of it and the design. And like I said, the back itself, if you can see that without too much glare, yeah, literally looks like a Castlevania ripoff. So that was one of the biggest selling points. This game is made by P-Cube, so I don't know what else they did. And I will say that this seems to be a sequel. If you guys know if there's a original or whatnot, please let me know. I would love to play the original, but for some reason, like the demon that you go up against, the main one who's changing everything, she keeps talking about past experiences of past events that involve the two sisters who are demon hunters. So it just seems odd. It seems weird. And even the beginning of the game. Oh, it is from Gal Gun. Okay. Well, now I got the reference. So yeah, I guess it's fight your way across the 2D side-scrolling adventures, alone or in two-player mode, switching between the Kamizono siblings from the hit series Gal Gun. So I guess I gotta look at Gal Gun now. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please hit that like button. If you want to subscribe, hit that button as well. And if you want to find this game, you're on your own. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.